Hey, what's up everybody? The Destroyer here. Welcome back to another Rise of the Witch King cast of patch 2.02. This is a 3v3 on Dagorlad that I played the other day. Not sure what the other day will be at the time of this release, but who knows. Anyway, we have the Destroyer, or Destroyer, whatever, Elves, myself, and my partners today are vic-chan, Angmar, and my other partner is bushit as Mordor. So, and that is our team. Jojo is the top left dwarf there, and his partners today are KingWeeD is dwarves as well, and Digitalkid is goblins. So, two dwarves and a goblin versus a Mordor, an elf, and an Angmar. This should be interesting. And Dagorlad's a pretty good map. I'd say it's pretty fair for a 3v3. There's a few things in the way, like fire drakes, and we get goblin caves. There's another fire drake there. There's also an outpost. And there's like an inn in the top left corner for whatever reason. But there's one in the bottom right as well. Oddly enough, there's only one outpost, I think, though, which is a little strange. As it's kind of in the middle, I guess, but I mean, it's not. It's kind of closer to the dwarf base, if anything, but whatever, who cares? Anyway, I am opening with a barracks, as well as some trees there. Get my economy rolling. Bushit is opening up with some orcs from an orc pit, as well as some slaughterhouses. What is this? Another orc pit, so 2 orc pits. He'll be running off, sort of major orc spam. vic-chan going for the Hall of the King's Men, so he can get some Throwmaster spam going. As that is the good thing to do with Angmar to start. Maybe even finish. Depends on how you play it. And goblins, obviously going for the goblin cave with some goblin warriors. Set to Q right there so we can go immediately into a tunnel if he needs to. Although I don't see the point of that. I guess they're slightly closer. And yeah, he will go immediately into there. Actually losing a lot of goblins to the fire drake there. If he's not careful, he might lose his builder as well. Oh, that would be a huge loss. And manages to survive, thankfully. Also, one goblin actually managed to survive. I don't know if putting him in hold ground stance was really worth it. I think it slows him down. So he actually might have got there faster. But he did make it through, and he could potentially capture that outpost with that one single guy. And it looks like Angmar pushing forward some good and bad warriors, good and bad orcs. With the Thrallmaster fighting some goblin hordes there. And Mordor pushing forward against the dwarves here. Jojo. He does have a forward mine about in the middle of the map. But he won't be able to catch these orcs. And there is quite a few of them coming. As the orc spam is real here. 3 orc pits now. So he will continually push out. And it looks like the goblins actually did capture that single goblin before I got there. And I do manage to take out his tunnel there. But unfortunately, he still has the outpost, and there is a couple battalions of guardians that I can't really deal with at the moment. I do need some archers or something. There's some archers there. I possibly need to send them out there. Beacon being placed by bushit, showing there is a few dwarves coming through. So possibly I'll send my archers to help with those. There they are. In a team game, it's pretty important to help your partners. So beacons are very helpful. So is typing. We were typing to each other a little bit here and there. Or if you have voice chat, that's even better, but really, most people in random games don't use voice chat. We got some axe throwers here. Great unit against goblin spam, but not in the front lines of goblin spam, as they will take a massive amount of damage there. So these orcs need to be up front to tank for them, as I'm sure they will. And now we have some dwarves in my base a little bit. And I will be losing a Malorn tree there, unfortunately. Some axe throwers being sent to help. But I do have a little force of my own. Looks like I will be chasing them off along with him. But they are regrouping with these dwarves here. So KingWeeD will have a sizable force. And I will have to deal with it. Meanwhile, vic-chan is pushing forward here with his Angmar troops against the goblins. Angmar is pretty good against goblin spam, I gotta say. But you do have to be careful with your Thrallmasters, because if they get caught out of position, they can go poof, instantly, and your battalion is done. And then your army is pretty much decimated pretty quick. So you gotta be careful with the Strawmasters. I do have a lot of Valorian archers here. It's like 3 battalions, trying to kite these dwarfs. Using the speed of the elves as to my advantage. 4 battalions now. But these are war chant or rally called, so, and they are defensive stance, so they will be tanking these quite easily. As you see, I'm doing very little damage to these guardians, and unfortunately, I don't have rallying call on my own. Let's see. Actually, look at the powers here. I went for far side. That's why I don't have rally call, because I wanted to see what players were doing. Looks like I used it on Goblins this time, but I did use it originally on the other guy, the Angmar, Dwarf, straight ahead of me. Looks like we'll fend off that. Pretty nice. Vic-chan went for war chant, obviously. Rallying call for Jojo. KingWeeD also rallying call. The Eye of Sauron for bushit, and Digitalkid went for war chants. So, as you see, I'm always the odd one out, going for the strange power instead of the war chant. I did that last game I played as well. The one before this. I went for the cave bats. Not necessarily a bad strat, you know. I like using vision powers, but sometimes you actually really need that war chant or that rally call. So it's a decision you gotta make. But there is a army from Jojo coming across the map here, backed up by hobbits, as he has captured this inn, actually. And so he'll begin producing hobbits. And we do have a Mouth of Sauron from Bushit here. Mouth of Sauron's a very powerful hero. Definitely a recommended hero if you play as Mordor. And it looks like somebody got a little too close to the fire drake, as he will begin trampling and burning archers there. Or goblin warriors, excuse me. So you have to be careful when walking by cave trolls and fire drakes and such, as they are not very friendly. It looks like I opted not to destroy that mineshaft because I fear this army coming at my base. I need to get back home immediately. I do have a Haldir. He is level 2. And I'll switch him to bow mode to try and pick off a few guys. But it looks like he will probably take my barracks here, because I don't really have much to stop him. And it looks like Jojo will stop Mordor probably from capturing that signal fire as well. And yep, my barracks is gone. I do have a rally call though. And now I will begin slaughtering these dwarves. But not before losing another Malorn tree, unfortunately. Such is the price you pay for war. I do throw down another barracks over here. I also have a green pasture. Trying to upgrade that, so I can get Linden Horse Archers. I don't think I actually got any Linden Horse Archers this game, even though I upgraded it. I thought about it. But at least, at the very least, it gives me a faster production for my Rivendell Lancers. So, it's not all that bad. And having the option to buy them is not bad either. We do have some Black Numenorians out. Very strong swordsmen. I believe they're strongest in the game. They are war chanted as well. So they will begin cleaving their way through these goblins. Not much trouble. Also a wolf rider pack there, trampling a bunch of goblins as well. So Angmar definitely having the superior army here. But these guys are not invincible, and they will die if there's enough people hitting them. But with enough wolf riders running through here, I think you should have no trouble. Half-troll swordsman coming out from Goblin player Digitalkid. Let's go over here. There's a big battle. Looks like I'm helping fending off these dwarfs. I have lots of archers here, as you see. And we'll begin cleaning up the dwarves quite nicely there. Looks like some black orcs actually out from Bushit now. Black orcs and Easterlings. Good combo. Both are very powerful. For Mordor, at least. And the Mouth of Sauron's still level 2. But he'll get there. And it looks like he's up here somewhere. Mordor has some troops running around. Also claiming the signal fire once again. And now we have to engage the giant blue army from KingWeeD again, as he is moving into my lands once again. And even though they look blue on the map, they don't look blue, do they? They look white. And I think that has something to do with my the HD textures I have on, because it kind of makes dark green look black as well. It can be annoying, actually. So I think I may turn it off just for that reason alone. But I do like the textures. It does make them look nicer. But you can't actually tell from far away. So, really, it doesn't matter. But as long as they're on the mini-map, I know what they are, it's fine. There's goblins coming in, pouring in even. Angmar should be able to deal with that. Looks like some hobbits have been summoned. So they will begin killing my guys. I don't have a whole lot in the way of defense here. I have a few pikemen, a few archers here. My archers have been thinned out quite a bit. I do have a lot of battalions of them, but I don't have a lot of them in general. My partner using his evil eye to help me, or the Eye of Sauron to help buff my troops. We do have a Prince Brand, Captain of Dale, level 3 now. He does have Slam Shot ready as well. Could be a problem. Looks like Mordor's got some troops over here. Quite a ways from home. And Haldir and the Mouth of Sauron chasing down the Captain of Dale. And he's going to be killed quite quickly as he is taking flanking damage from 2 heroes. And the Mouth of Sauron will level up there to level 4. Haldir's level 5 now. Pretty nice. In come the Mithlon sentries. And it looks like we have cleaned up that dwarf army. That's good. And it looks like Angmar is doing quite nicely over here. Just cleaning up the remnants of a goblin horde. There's another blue army of dwarfs coming though. So we will have to be careful. We'll have to be ready. Let's go over here. As white is pushing forward. The real white team. And now they will begin kicking some ass. Men of Dale be summoned be summoned down. Have been summoned down. Mordor Fortress actually has a catapult dimension now. Those are pretty useful. The Men of Dale doing terrible amount of damage there. I'm losing lots and lots of archers. Ouch. Some of my battalions actually been reduced by extreme amounts of numbers. I do have Mirkwood archers though. So once those start getting in, those have the range. I should be able to pick off anything else without taking too much damage. It's like Haldir is sitting there giving leadership, which is quite nice for me. KingWeeD is pushing in. Possibly will be destroying quite a bit if he gets too far. Fire Drake actually coming quite far away from his Vic lair there. To terrorize the Angmar troops. But Angmar seems to be doing pretty good. I did hear a Tom Bombadil. I believe I summoned that. Let's check the PowerPoints real quick. Yep. So I summoned the Tom Bombadil to chase off the incoming dwarf army. Angmar is doing pretty good on PowerPoints. He's got a Frozen Land. He's also about 15. He'll get a 15 PowerPoint soon. And obviously Men of Dale from Jojo, as you saw those used. Hobbits from KingWeeD. This is the last thing he's got. Industry and more chant from bushit there. And the Goblins, Digitalkid, have Scavenger, which is nice. And yeah, Angmar's pushing pretty far forward here. It looks like KingWeeD will be coming in to assist. Oh god. People just keep running by this Fire Drake. This Fire Drake needs to be killed. And I do have Rivendell Lancers now. They'll begin terrorizing some farms. Mouth of Sauron doing the same here. Trying to cut off the dwarfs' income and travel routes. Take away their passports. But there is a force pushing in to our lands here. Comprised of hobbits and pikemen and a battalion of Men of Dale. Oh, I heard it. Where is it? Ah, the one, the only Mumik. Mumakil. It is Mumik in this patch though, as they named it. Because I guess that's a singular. Mumakil is a Mumik. I'm still going to call him Mumakil though, just because the game calls it Mumakil. But, nonetheless, there is one, and that is my favorite unit in the game. I think it is so cool. And in patch 2.02, it actually has Haradrim archers on top, which is even cooler. Because they're much better than those crappy Haradrim lancers that are in patch 1.06 that throw spears. They're terrible. But those are quite nice. Looks like I actually did kill the Fire Drake. Level up my Haldir a bit. Level 6 now. And we'll get that shiny, shiny gold. There's a dwarf army down here. Once again, terrorizing my Malorn trees. They're not nature-loving folk, are they? Unfortunate for me. And Goblins are actually pushing forward on vic-chan here. He'll be needing to get another force ready to deal with that. And the Dwarves of KingWeeD will be pushing forward as well. So potentially our bottom team could be in a bit of trouble. There's a bit of a skirmish up here. Dwarves and Mordor going at it. Black Orcs and Easterlings against these guys. Phalanxes and Guardians, probably. And I don't know if there's any Guardians there, but looks like the Dwarves will be losing that battle. As Mouth of Sauron does have his casted as Doubt, which significantly reduces armor and damage from them. As well as he has the Eye of Sauron, which buffs his own troops, so he'll be making short work of that. We have a big skirmish going on here. Haldir right in the middle of the armies. Where's my army? Seems my army has retreated home to deal with that army in my base, as the Mumik did as well. And it looks like there's Dark Rangers out from Angmar, at least. Dark Rangers are quite nice. And with Haldir over here, he'll be getting leadership, although he is leaving. It is time for him to leave Middle-earth, apparently. And he has Waldar, which is level 5 already. Waldar is a great hero. Probably my first choice if I was to play Angmar. I would go with Waldar, because the ability to summon Hillman is quite nice, as well as the buffs for Hillman. When you get this Hillman leadership, and the Brigadine is good too if you want extra resources. And we have a couple things going on. Looks like a Mumakil charged through that army. I did miss a bit of it, but it did kill most of this, as this was a very large dwarf army, and it trampled through it. Now Glowin is running home. Haldir is a bit quicker than him, and we'll catch him. And my Mirkwoods will clean up the rest of the army there. I'm sure Glowin will get away though, as he does have a mineshaft here. And Haldir is not that strong. And he does cancel that, and loses a builder in the process, as he did get rid of the builder's access point. Another builder getting killed, but that is Angmar's builder. As these are enemy spider riders, possibly about to charge in some Rudar spearmen. Not the best use of spider riders. It does happen from time to time. And here I am sending my Mirkwoods in to help my opponent, or my teammate here, defend against the armies of the Dwarves and Goblins. Mr. Prince Brand, level 8 now. So he will be doing a lot of damage there. Dwarves do have the Dwarven Riches, as you see. Summon Giants actually was used somewhere. I don't remember seeing it, but it was. It's quite off cooldown, so I mean, of course I missed it. But he does have that. Dwarven Riches, yep, 25% power, or resources or whatever from mineshafts. We have a worm that was used too, didn't see it. So I'm going to pretend it didn't happen, as I was focused on the fighting and not wherever they were casted. Oh, there's the worm. Well, at least I got to see where it was. Looks like it took out some dwarven stuff. That's good. And Glowin actually fighting off this attack from Mordor pretty nicely. Haradrim archers, pretty good archers there. They're able to take arrows pretty well, as they do have decent pierce resist, I believe. We have a Rogash, Troll of the North. And Angmar now quickly getting up to level 2. And Angmar's force is looking pretty nasty here. Should be able to overpower Goblin spam without much trouble. Especially with these Dark Rangers and Rogash. Not much trouble at all there. And I do have a fairly fearsome force as well, as I do have Mirkwood archers galore. As well as a few Athelian archers there. And I do have Silverthorn arrows, as you see, which automatically like doubles my damage. So definitely good to have. Also have Mundell Lancers to go harass and stuff. We'll possibly be trampling a bunch of goblins without taking too much damage in the process, it seems. I don't think I lost anyone yet. I'll probably lose a couple lancers here and there. I did equip them with armor though, did you see? They're now nice and shiny and gold. Oh yeah. Looking sweet. Yeah, there's just battles going all over the place here. Looks like Mordor is in a period of not in a battle at the moment. But he does have another Mooma kill. That's what I like to see. This is what I would be doing if I was Mordor. Unfortunately, I haven't yet to get Mordor in a long enough free-for-all. Or, not free-for-all, like 3v3 or something to actually play with them. At least some Rise of the Witch King. And it looks like Gloin will actually be in a bit of trouble here, as he's the last remaining survivor of this army. Also Prince Brand. There's no way they're going to outrun Haldir and these horses. He's taking flanking damage. Oh, the rally call going down, killing Prince Brand. And Haldir, or Gloin will soon follow. Turning around to fight as he knows this is his last stand. And he is killed. So now I have a armor weapons upgrades on my troops. I have Silverthorn arrows. My army's looking pretty scary. Angmar doesn't have much in the way of an army, but he still has Rogash, which is scary enough. But potentially he will need to get him out of there. And the rampaging Mooma kill. Look at him go. Let's just watch the Mooma kill for a little bit. He hasn't got enough screen time, I feel. Men of Dale actually being summoned out, though. Evil Eye being used on him. Archers are pretty good against Mooma kills, though. So unfortunately, Mooma kill will probably die here. But you can just walk over archers, as you see there. If you just walk over the troops, it will crush them. So that's a good tip to keep in mind. They just kill things as they walk. You don't actually have to use the charge ability. If you use that on it, it will do extreme amount of damage to heroes and stuff, which is quite nice. And it looks like a big attack from me is going down on the goblins here. So goblins are probably in a bit of trouble here, I would think. Also Mordor going in at the top there. We'll start destroying some stuff. Summon giants being thrown down. Goblin fort is going to take a lot of damage. Probably going to be destroyed because I don't see anything that could actually stop our army now. I have a huge force that will be impossible to get past to actually stop these giants from destroying the fortress. I do still have my Haldir, almost level 10. And all he has is that. Jojo has been defeated. Top left player, he does leave the game. KingWeeD follows suit, and the Goblin player here will do so shortly. And this game is over, as things have happened. All the players deciding to give up because they know they have lost. But apparently the Goblin player hasn't left yet, Digitalkid. So we will continue pushing forward. Game not quite over. And there it is, the deafening summon evidence. Excellent. I did tell them to cover their ears. You can't see that because the chat log doesn't appear in replays. I'd say that. Because I knew it was coming. And we'll begin cleaning up the goblin buildings here, as there's not much in the way of defense. And then we'll have to move on to the dwarven buildings. As you see, goblins are dead basically. Now the Mooma kill will begin destroying stuff as well as these attack trolls. And dwarves are just toast. There's a few men of Dale, but not much more than that. And we got a bunch of Rodgem Lancers as well. Archers, I mean. Oh yes. Yeah, this game will be over soon, I promise. I'm sure something will happen. Let's take a look at the powers real quick. Oh yes, Rain of Fire. I guess somebody wanted to call down a fireball. And there it is. So, that happened. Somebody was saying we should have all ran our armies into the fire at the very end. I'm inclined to agree. But we didn't, unfortunately. We didn't think of that until afterward. Some were being summoned down, and the last of the dwarven buildings will be crumbling very shortly. Because there's just an overwhelming force here. Somebody tried freezing the land on the fire. It does not put out fires. Angmar's frozen land. Just keep that in mind, if you thought it did. It seems like it might, but no, it does not. And this is the last dwarven building here. All the warriors from Digitalkid. There it is. Summon eagles and a flaming Mumik. What a way to go out. And we are victorious, the bottom team. Bushit, Destroyer, and vic-chan. So well played to us. And well played to the opposing team as well. They did good. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I'll see you in the next cast of the Rise of the Witch King patch 2.02. See you next time.